Hey guys, this is Alex from 2B3D. Today I'm gonna show you how to model a 3D text like these I did a couple of weeks ago. I modeled it in Rhino and it's rendered in Vray for Rhino. And also I did a short video. So the first part, which I'm going to do now, is the modeling part. Then I'm going to show you how to render this in Vray and do some small post-production in Photoshop. And I'm going to show you how to set up the animation path in Rhino and render it with Vray. So let's start with the first modeling part. I'm going to do this very quick, so open a new file, millimeters small. Do the curves. We're gonna do a layer for all the curves. Gonna use text objects here. Type in neon. Do some simple font, and I'm going to make it 200 millimeters high. And I'm going to put it somewhere. Now we're going to offset everything because we're going to need some different structures. So offset it 10 millimeters, so one centimeter. And we have to of course first fillet the edges, so curves, fillet corners. Let's try it with the settings here. Okay, that looks good. Maybe do it a little bit less, so 2 should be good. Okay, now I'm gonna offset this. That's too much. Offset it with about 5 millimeters on the inside, of course. That looks good. And we're going to offset the ring from the O to the inside. Okay, now we got these offset curves. Let's make a new layer for the glass frame curves. So curves glass frame, or just curves frame. Try to work always with a layer structure. Again, offset, this time only 1 millimeter, or yes, 1 should be enough. Let's make it 2 millimeters actually, because we're gonna fillet the edges there too. For the O we need 2, of course. Okay, let's copy them for the glass curves. So make glass curves layer and Control C, Control V, and change the object layer. Okay, so we got this too. Let's see if it worked. Yep. We also gonna need curves for the neon light. So neon curves. Just gonna use these polylines here and snap it here. Of course, we need to fillet the edge here. Let's make it a bit more actually, because it's glass and you cannot bend glass that hard. Okay. Also for the E. In this case, I'm gonna snap perpendicular, then press the tab ladder and snap the midpoint here. So I can actually do it like this, and also snap here. Again, I'm gonna fillet the curve edge here with the same settings as before. Just gonna go really fast on this one. With points on, I'm going to move them a bit in. Okay, press 11, F10 for points on. and F11 for points off. Okay, and for the circle, we're gonna use this curve and offset it. For the distance, we're just gonna take something like this as a distance. Okay, that's good. And we can copy the n over. Just take the middle point here and put it there. Okay, this should be all the curves we actually need. So take everything, go to the perspective mode and rotate it over. Then I take the move command, take the middle point here, put it to 0, 0, so it's really at the origin. Okay, so let's start with the other form. Make a new layer, name it volume. Make it some different color if you want to. This blue. And take all of the outer edges and extrude them. About 50 millimeters should be good, so 5 centimeters. And change also the display to shaded. You can change it here. Right click here and shade it. Okay, now let's make the frames. So select the frame curves here. Okay, if you select them all, just extrude them to the inside about this size and move them also to the back. You can just move them and press the, of course you have to select them first because there is going to be, it is going to leave the curves as selected. Just select everything. Then again, make the frame layer and put everything on the frame layer and move it to the back. If you press the Alt key, you can copy it. So just move it somewhere and then make it precise. Okay, that's it for the frames. So put the volume on the right layer again, because we're on a different layer here. Change object layer. Okay, now we're gonna fillet all the edges. So let's start with the volumes. Let's put a radius of 0.5, that should be enough. And really go fast on this. It's important to fillet all the edges for the rendering layer, because if you not fillet the edge, there are going to be white spots of the, if you use reflective material, and we're going to use reflective material. So you can really go fast on this, and just fillet the front side of your letters, because you're not going to use the back side. If you're going to use the back side, you of course have to fillet the edges there too. So I'm going to fillet the edges here, and of course also on the last end here. It's a little bit too much. You can deselect with control button, so just hold control and deselect everything what you don't need. Okay, and again we're gonna fillet the edges of the frame too. This is the place where the glass is going to fit in. It should be some kind of rubber or plastic, so you're not going to find plastic with these edges, so we have to really give it this look. If it's not working for you, you'll probably not have the chain edge here. So I don't need to press shift or something to select all of the edges because the chain edge is working for me. Okay. And for the last letter again here. Okay, so everything is all the edges are filled, and now we can actually do the glass. So let's make a layer for the glass. Make it some kind of different color. And we just need to select the glass curves. We can already use the layer, select objects, and extrude it in. It's always good to give the glass a thickness, so we're going to make it 2 millimeters. Type in 2, and of course bring it to the right layer. So we have this glass layer here, change object layer. Okay, this should fit in perfectly. And of course we're going to copy it to the back side. So take the object, select objects, and just move it to the back side and press Alt to copy it. Okay, it fits. Okay, we can turn the layer off because we don't want to see it right now. Now we're gonna make the neon lights inside. So select all the neon curves here. Go to the top view and bring them inside, somewhere in the center. And actually pipe them, so use the pipe command. About 2 millimeters for the thickness should be enough. Okay, this looks good. If you don't like it here, you can fillet the curve before. We forgot one here, so pipe it again. Actually, for this we have to select both of them and do the pipe command. Okay, we didn't move it with it, so let's undo this again and select it with it, move it in. And again pipe it. We need the round caps, so round caps here. Now it works fine. You can actually make one piece of it by grouping it or by union. So for the rendering we don't have any strange edges here. Okay, so we have the neon here, the glass for the neon. Just select everything again and make a new layer, neon glass. Okay. Now we're going to make the power adapters. We're just going to use cylinders, so grab a cylinder, press Alt to not snap anything, and move it to the right position in the top view, somewhere around here. Make it a bit bigger so it fits in, and bring it down to the right position. Maybe we make it a bit longer, just scale it ununiformly. It's always good to use this button here to zoom on the selected object. Too short. Okay, this looks nice. So let's bring it over to the other neon pipes. And just put it where you want it to be. You can also put it down or somewhere. I want to put it here. For the O, we're going to do something slightly different. We're gonna make it a bit bigger. Put it somewhere here. Should be somehow in the center. It looks okay. And we're going to copy and rotate it like this. Okay. And of course we're going to copy it from the end for the other end. Just take the midpoint here. If the snapping is not working for you, you probably need to press this button here to actually get the snaps. Okay, so we got the adapters. They are on the right layer. So the last thing we're going to do is the chords, and some small details where the chords come out from. So let's make a new layer with chord curves. Double click it to activate it. Use this control point curves. Snap somewhere around here, and just make a curve however you like it. Okay, press F10 to actually do points on and adjust it somehow. It really depends on what you want to achieve. But it's always good to have not too much control points to have a smooth curve. You can also delete points if you don't need it somewhere, like I could delete this one here. Okay, I will put this one a little bit up so it comes out of there actually. Okay, and I'm already going to pipe this because this will be a bit thicker than the other ones. For the pipe I will use the record history here. So just press record history, then type in pipe, and I'm going to use 2.5 or 3, actually 3 millimeters. And what this record history does is actually, if you do the points on and move the curve, it will change the pipe also. So you can play around and hide the pipe somewhere or do whatever you like. Okay, so we got this here, and now we're gonna do the chords in between. We're going to use again the curve here, snap in the middle, snap the other middle, and now we got a curve with 2 points, so we're gonna rebuild it, make a curve with 4 points from it, points on, and it should look like this. We're gonna put this down a bit. Same thing for the other letters. So snap here, snap somewhere around here, and bring it in the top view. Okay. Now again rebuild. 4 points. Press F10 and bring it down a bit. Now we're gonna bring this point down here because it's not on the. It should be there somewhere. Okay, this looks good. And the same thing for the last letter here. Select the midpoint. Select some. Let's put it a bit more down here, somewhere here. Points on. Put it somewhere in the middle. Okay. Of course, rebuild the curve again. Points on. and bring the point down so it looks like it's a hanging curve, like it's hanging here. Okay, so let's do some small details here. Just gonna use the cylinder. And I'm going to fillet the edge here. Let's see how 0.5. Let's do a bit more. Let's do 1. Okay, this is fine. Make it a bit smaller. And just rotate it and bring it where it should be. So the cable is coming out here. Okay, now it's inside of the structure. Just bring it a bit out. Okay, this is fine. And we're gonna do this for all of the other letters. Bring it inside. Okay. We're gonna probably have to insert some control points to the chords later on, because they're now coming out of this small structure here. I will show you what I mean in a couple of seconds. So put this here, and of course we need one here too. Just take the same one and rotate it so it fits. And of course bring it in. And we're going to use this one for the end here. Just press the Alt key to copy it while moving. Okay, this is it. Okay, and if we pipe this now, we're gonna see that it's not fitting in here, so we're gonna insert a control point here. Insert control point somewhere around here. Okay, F10 points on, and we're gonna move it up a bit like this, so it's really coming out of there, and this should work fine here. Maybe gonna move this down a bit. It's just about the refining. Okay, also here and here. So we're gonna insert 2 control points. One here and one here. Okay, points on. Move this up a bit and the other one down. So it's really coming out of this small detail here. Deactivate the grid snap so you can move it better. Okay, it should work fine here. So now we can actually pipe this. So go to the we make a new layer, of course, for the chords. Double click it, select all the chords, do record history on and pipe them. These are going to be smaller, maybe 1.5 millimeters. That's too much. Make it 1. That should be fine, and you see it really fits in there. Because of the record history, you could actually change it later on, but we're going to leave it this way. This chord is not on the right layer, so change object layer. You can also change color to see the layer better. Okay, so everything fits in. The neon glass also, maybe make it green to see if everything is okay. Okay, nice. So this is actually it. I hope you enjoyed it. The next part is going to be about V-Ray and setting up materials, and also about emissive materials, so it's really going to look great. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next tutorial.